Alright, here we are. I'm Steve. I'm packing up the Timberwolf, the 59cc one with the 20-inch bar. There's your 20-inch bar and chain in there. Then you got your oil, your packet, your warranty, and the nose tip guard for the 20-inch if you want it. This saw can only be sold in the 49 states and California. It cannot be sold in Canada. Please don't send it to anybody in Canada. They could get into trouble. So here's the box. Here's with the 36-inch Carlton Pro Champ bar. It's 119 drivers, and it says it right there. It's stamped 119. And it's also 058 gauge. If anybody tries to sell you a 72 series chain, say no, I want 73. And you'll see the 73 down here on each driver. It says 73. If you don't, it'll be too sloppy. The reason why they do that is because this chain is wider. It's going to take a lot more power. It's going to put a lot more force on the clutch. You'll see it when I open it up. This, of course, up here, you push that before you start it. That is your compression release. Anyway, we'll take this off real quick here. The adjuster's right here. I'll leave it where it was. You should never have any slack in the chain, but it should not be tight. Right in between. You see that the wider the chain is, the more surface area you'll have on this clutch. So if they sell you a 72 series, it's going to cut into that clutch a lot faster with such a long saw. 063 would be ideal, but then you get too fat. I mean, you literally have to start taking out a 3/8 of an inch kerf, and that takes up time too. Anyhow, let me put the saw down, and or put the phone down, and I will package this up and I'll fire it up for you one time real quick, and then I'll drain it. Okay, I got the bar off, and I'm going to leave the clutch off because when I fire this up to drain the fuel, what little is left in there, I want to be able to clean it up for you. There is bar and oil in there. I'm going to take it all out before I start it up so it doesn't splatter everywhere and get your saw dirtier. So hold on one more minute and I'll get you draining. Okay, I only use brand name products. I just don't, the old stuff that I used to sell, the cheap stuff was fine. This is True Fuel, by the way. You want to use this especially if you're in California because there's ethanol free, and ethanol chews up the lines, gums up the carburetors, makes a big mess out of saws. I know it's a little more expensive to buy that stuff, but you know what? It's worth it. It's well worth it. So I'm going to drain the bar here now. Now we slowly take it off. And I actually take these out, especially when I'm draining them dry. Just a little nylon thing there that holds it in. You know what, I'm going to just drop this right now so I don't make a big mess. You see, I'm going to put it back in there, and I'll probably end up sending you the fuel. Okay, I'm just finished cleaning everything up. Wiping it clean. There's going to be a little residue inside the tanks, of course, but yeah, the shipping guys don't really like it when you send stuff out with fuel in it. As a matter of fact, I can't give you the fuel because it's been open too, so just don't want your saw not getting there for some stupid reason like a $2.50 bottle of fuel. Okay, we're all clean here. I'm going to leave the caps off while I run it. I know you probably know this, but there's a right way and a wrong way to start a saw, always. You never start a saw on the bench, anything. Always start it on the floor. And since this is a new saw, I'm just going to put down a blanket. If your saw is warm, you will not need to use the choke. And I mean warm, like about 2 minutes after you shut it off. Anything longer than that, you'll need to half choke it. Here, we'll set this down. Okay. Here, we have the on-off switch, on-off. We have the throttle. You have to hold that down. That's the throttle. That's the lever. This is the choke. This is the decompression valve. What you're going to do is you're going to hit this. Then, while you're holding the throttle down, pull the choke all the way out. And what this does, when you pull the choke out and you let go of the throttle, the choke holds the throttle full open. If I were to just pull this choke open, the throttle is not stuck, and you'd have to sit there and hold the throttle. You don't want to mess around with that. Pull the throttle, pull the choke, let the throttle go. There. Turn the saw on, push the decompression valve, and what you're going to do when it's full is you're going to own the saw when you go to 3 pulls is all it should take. If you don't hear anything by 3 pulls, something's wrong. And watch it make a liar out of me. You just see a bunch of fat jiggle around. Okay, ready? Got it on there, put my foot in there. 3 snaps. Did you hear it? Now, since it did that, you push the throttle in halfway. I'm not going to run it for you anymore because it just ran out of fuel. But that's how you start the saw. Turn it off. Give it 3 real good strong pulls. Very beginning with the choke on you. 3rd one you should hear it go. Oh, sorry, there's a black widow right there. If you don't hear it go, I think that's a black widow. Yeah, a little baby one. They're all over the place around here in California. Oh, tough one. Okay, have a good one with your saw. In about an hour, she'll be on FedEx.